Anthony DiClemente here with thehealthblueprint.com and your health and fat loss tip of the day. Today's question is, how can I strengthen my immune system so that I stop getting sick so often? So here are 5 of my top tips for strengthening your immune system and reducing the frequency with which you get sick, and when you do get sick, minimizing the severity and duration of those instances. My first tip is to focus on optimizing your vitamin D levels. With today's modern lifestyle, we spend a lot more time indoors, and that means reduced exposure to UV rays, which our body requires in order to produce vitamin D. Now, vitamin D actually isn't a vitamin at all. It's a steroid, and it plays a wide range of critical functions in the body, not the least of which is regulating our immune system and keeping us strong and healthy so that we're able to fight off infections. So the first step is optimizing vitamin D levels. Now, the best way to do this is to expose yourself to more sunlight, spend more time outdoors, and expose more of your skin to the sun's rays. If that's not possible, given your lifestyle situation or your schedule, then you can take vitamin D3 supplements, and you want to have your vitamin D levels tested in order to make sure that you're within the optimal range. Now, the optimal range is typically 40 to 80 nanograms per milliliter. Once you get above 50 nanograms per milliliter, that's really where you start moving into the optimal range. The best way to do it is to get more natural sunlight and direct exposure to your skin. The second way is to take a high quality vitamin D supplement, which are really inexpensive, and one of the top supplements I recommend just as insurance for optimal health across the board. The second step is to drink more green tea and antioxidants. Particularly, you want your green tea to come from a fresh brewed source like green tea bags or matcha green tea powder, which has been found to have the highest levels of antioxidants. Other antioxidants you can consume include dark chocolate. You want to make sure it's at least 72% or higher. I typically try to eat the 85 or 86% cacao. Other good antioxidants include garlic, which is fantastic and has been shown in many clinical trials to strengthen the immune system, and even red wine. Typically low residual sugar red wines are best, like Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Pinot Noir. So use some of those sources to increase your body's antioxidant profile. Another recommendation is to take in more whole food probiotics. Probiotics play a vital role in our body's immune function, and having an optimal balance of good bacteria in our gut is vital for fighting off infections. Some good forms of whole food probiotics include kefir from grass-fed cows. Lifeway is a good brand that I typically recommend, and it's available at many commercial grocery stores, as are traditional fermented foods like kimchi, which is a Korean fermented cabbage dish. You can also get sauerkraut or kombucha tea. If you do get kombucha, typically you want to find one that has lower levels of added sweeteners and sugars that can be problematic for fat loss. Another tip for boosting your immune system is light exercise, not intense exercise. Many of you know that I went through a health crisis myself. I had a really bad case of Lyme disease, and what I experienced when going through this was, when I was kind of trying to figure things out and find what was going to help me get better, I experimented with everything from really extreme workouts to really light workouts. And what I found was that the light workouts like yoga and walking and stretching, my body responded much more favorably to these than the more intense workouts. A good indicator is to pay attention to how your body feels. If you're doing these crazy intense workouts and you're feeling run down and like just worn out afterwards and not good, that's an indicator that you may be doing too much. So if you want to strengthen your immune system, the last thing you want to do is add a lot of unnecessary stress through too intense exercise. Yoga is one of my favorite forms of exercise, and it's what I typically recommend to clients, especially clients that are dealing with autoimmune issues or a suppressed immune function. So that would be my recommendation there. Focus on light exercise. And lastly, avoid processed foods, avoid modern man-made foods, and focus on a whole food plant-based diet. try to get the majority of your calories of your daily food intake from healthy organic vegetables, and avoid a lot of the processed foods that you wouldn't be able to find on Earth 10,000 years ago. So stay away from the sodas, stay away from the diet and 0-calorie drinks, the processed foods, and your body and your immune function will thank you for it. Maybe you're not too big on vegetables. You know you need to be eating more vegetables, but you don't like it. You can also get a super greens formula like Athletic Greens. So those are some of my top tips for strengthening your immune system so that you get sick less often. And when you do get sick, it's for shorter amounts of time and it's not nearly as severe. If you enjoyed today's tip, please share this with your friends, family, and coworkers. For more information like this, I encourage you to check out the Social Life Fat Loss System or visit us at www.thehealthblueprint.com. I'm Anthony DiClemente. Thanks a lot for your time.